Camp. Welcome to Nature Adventures with Jacob, week 3. So, today we are going to be exploring insectology, meaning that we're going to be looking for insects and we're going to be finding them, and we're going to talk about their characteristics, where you can find them, and all that other good stuff. Speaking of which, remember last week when I talked about horseflies? Well, they've been keeping me company all day. And that's why I got this. Tip for the woods, keep this handy or you'll go insane. Bunch of bits in your ear all the time. No good. So, I'm out here in the woods again. Beautiful day. Beautiful woods. And let's go find some bugs. Look right here. Got ourselves a horsefly. Now these things are very territorial. So what I learned is that they'll follow you and they're really aggressive, and they can run, they can fly a lot faster than you could ever run. But luckily and unluckily, they usually only follow you for 10 to 15 meters because they're so territorial. So if you're in the territory, they'll come at you full force, and then once you're out of it, they'll leave. But chances are you won't go very far before another one finds you. When you think of bits, you think of bugs, insects, what are the common places to find one? Well, obviously, when you think about it, whenever you flip a rock, you ever see a bunch of like earwigs and centipedes and all those kinds of things? So I bet if we find a nice rock, flip it over, there'll be quite a few. How about this one right here? Moist, dark area. Oh, look at this. Y'all see this? That's a salamander. Whoa. Now that is cool. Look at that. A little baby salamander. Hanging out under the rocks. You never know what you're gonna find. That's so cool. Look at him, just a slithering. Now that we just found our buddy the salamander chilling under the rock, what's another place that often has a lot of insects? Now, I'm sure there's many, but one that comes to mind is trees, especially holes in trees or dead trees. You'll find termites, you'll find fourmis, which is ants, sorry, and you'll find all kinds of good stuff. So let's go find one. But while I'm here, I keep finding these awesome amphibians. Like, look right here. It's the smallest frog I think I've ever seen. Look, here he is. You see him? Right there. Now, if I put my finger close, you'll see just how small he is. Look how small he is. He's extremely tiny. My finger's large next to him. Cutie pie. Look at this big thing. Now, what's lying under here? Oh. What? Oh, that's a worm. Look how long it extends its body. Interesting fact about worms, while we're on the subject, worms are hermaphrodites. Now, hermaphrodite meaning that they have both the male and the female sex. Basically, they're both, and they can almost replace any lost limb. So if you've ever seen a worm cut in half, chances are it'll be able to survive. That both ends go their separate ways, keep moving forward, and it regenerates. They also don't have any arms, legs, or eyes. Now, arms and legs, it's obvious, but eyes either. but they're very sensitive to light. And they can even become paralyzed, like completely, if they're exposed to too much light. And I think approximately the time is 1 hour. So if a worm is exposed to light for 1 hour, it becomes paralyzed. How's that for an interesting factoid? So I've been walking in this forest for about an hour, and insects are always easy to find when you're not looking for them. But when you are, they seem to be hiding. And now we got some pretty wet weather too, so it's not the perfect. But I figured, what's the one place where, without fail, you find undesirable insects? The answer? Your own house. So I'm about to go home and show you my local bibits. I'm out here at night on my porch with the porch light on, which means we got all kinds of insects to choose from. One is actually right on my carpet. Now straight off the bat, look at this thing. Right on my carpet. See this moth? It's actually pretty. Now this thing is called a virgin tiger moth. Look at its stripes. And you can't tell because of the flashlight on right now, but the white part on its wings is actually orange, which is why it's called a tiger, because it's kind of black and orange like a tiger. Look at these, two more to choose from. This guy right here, and that guy right there. And remember our friend the tiger moth? All three different species. It's a feast out here. Now this guy is called a maple looper. Now this one over here is a yellow-headed cutworm. I got all kinds of weird names for these guys. Alright, can't mess with me. This has been Nature Adventures with Jacob, week 3. I'll see you next week for week 4.